Hey everyone, this is Ben from Liable Law. In this video, I'm going to talk about causes of action. What is the cause of action? A cause of action is a legal reason, a legal basis, okay, to justify suing someone. It is a set of facts, okay, which sufficient to justify a lawsuit. That's because you cannot sue someone just for the sake of suing. You need a legal basis to sue them. I've had clients coming to me before wanting to sue because someone on the road gave them the middle finger. I once had a pregnant woman come to me saying that she wanted to sue an Uber driver because he dropped her at the side of the road before the journey ended. I mean, for these two examples, there's absolutely no legal basis for commencing a lawsuit. I'm going to go through two common causes of action. The first, breach of contract. This is a very common cause of action. For every cause of action, there are elements to the cause of action. These are the criteria that needs to be fulfilled before you can commence the lawsuit. So for example, the elements for breach of contract are, you have to first show that there is an existence of a contract. Then you have to show that there was performance by the person who is suing, called the plaintiff, and the failure to perform the contract by the defendant, the other party to the contract. He breached something, he didn't do something that he ought to do. And then the fourth element of breach of contract is the plaintiff suffered damage. You have the set of facts, the facts peculiar to the plaintiff's claim has to fit into these four elements. Okay. Now next I'm going to talk about misrepresentation for entering into contracts. This is another common cause of action. First, the plaintiff, the person suing, has to show that the defendant, the person who is getting sued, made a representation. Can be oral, can be written. A representation. Then he has to show the representation is false. Okay, it's not true. Third, he has to show that he was induced into entering in the contract because of the representation. He has to show that there was reliance. He relied on the representation to enter into the contract. He also has to show that the representation was material. That means it was important, it was a factor for him entering into the contract. So once the elements are satisfied, then you have a legitimate cause of action to sue someone. What happens if you do not have a legitimate cause of action? For example, because some of the elements are not satisfied. Well, the person who gets sued can do what is called a striking out application, which is to cancel the lawsuit. If a lawsuit is cancelled because there is no legal basis for suing, then the plaintiff, the person who sues, will have to pay costs to the defendant. One of my clients once got sued for misrepresentation into entering into agreement. Unfortunately, the lawyers who sued my client were not particularly familiar with the law of misrepresentation. The law of misrepresentation is that the representation has to be a past or present fact. But the alleged representations that the plaintiff sued my client for relate to the future. Like, for example, the plaintiff alleged that my client promised him this, that. If he invested, he would make 200,000% return within a year. If he invested, he would get $10,000 to $20,000 commission per student, blah, blah, blah. If he invested, this would be this. So what I did, because the law of misrepresentation is very clear. Representations have to be a past or present fact, cannot be future matters, cannot be future promises. So what did I do? I applied to strike out to cancel the whole claim. Well, that's all I have to say on causes of action. On a side note, if you sue someone, don't always expect to win, because 95 to 97% of lawsuits in Singapore get settled out of court settlement. So the usual thing would be each party bears its legal costs, and most of the time you only get a fraction of what you are claiming for. So that's all I have to say for causes of action in this video. If you like it, please click subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.